Once again, happy to welcome you back, and let us conclude the story, How Much Land Does a Man Need, written by Leo Tolstoy. In the previous two classes, we have actually got a glimpse into the life of Paham and how his desires and his greediness was, and how his words have given a challenge to devil, and devil wanted to challenge him out and check him out whether he can become so much greedy and he can come into the control of him. So he decided to check the person, the peasant, the farmer Paham. And if you remember, Paham first got the chance to buy a land in his own village where a lady was selling the land, and he got 40 acres of land. Then afterwards, one peasant or farmer, you can say, came from the village known as Volga, and he said that there you can get more land and you can join a community, or you can say the commune of the farmers. So Paham got ready and he joined, and he got the 125 acres of land, and he shifted from this village to the other place, and he was very happy. He was enjoying the life, but he was happy in sense that he was not satisfied. He was happy that he has better days, which he previously he doesn't have. In the past he had suffered some problems, but now he has got all the problems solved out. He doesn't have any money problems, but still he was not satisfied with the land he had. He wanted more land for him. So what happened? One day one of the dealer came and he told him that there at a place, that is a very far off place, but the people, those who are the Bashkirs, the clan is there, and they give the land in a very low price, but only what you have to do is that you have to satisfy or you have to be friends with the chief of that particular land, the Bashkirs, and then you can get the land in very low price, and it is very good for you. So obviously he become greedy, and he started to that far off land, and then what he did with that, along with him he took few servants, and he bought many presents to offer to those people as well as to the chief. He went there and he found that those are the lazy people. They are just having the tents beside that river and they are not doing anything. So whenever they get the presents, they would be very happy. So he provided them wine and then tea cases, and then he specifically he presented one dressing gown and a special tea package to the chief to make him happy, to make him feel special. And the chief was very happy, and he said that you can take our land. We have very good land also, and some exhausted and the bad side of the land is also there, but you can go and get the good land. And what they have said that for land, what is the price? When Paham has asked, they said that 1000 rubles a day. But what you have to do, the condition is that from where you are starting, you have to return to the same place back from sunrise to sunset. You have the time. You can come back at the same place from where you are starting, and then you can take that land whatever you are. And if suppose you cannot reach to the place, then you will lose your money and no land will be given to you. Money means that 1000 rubles. So Paham was very happy. After seeing the land, he got much greedy, and he thought that I can grab as much land as I can. So it only needs to me to walk now. So how much it is I can able to walk, I can go ahead, and then I could adjust myself and I could come back to the place where I have started, and surely I'll get my money. I can, in 1000 rubles I can get back, I can get this much of the land, how much I can walk. So he was very happy. Now let us start this further explanation of your short story. So Paham was happy and unable to sleep, because when you are excited, either when you are very disturbed or when you are tensed, anxious, you could not sleep. When you are very happy and when you are very elated, you cannot sleep. That shows that sometimes our emotions have become so strengthened or become so over influence on us, the emotions, that we cannot able to control our sleep as well. We cannot sleep, we cannot eat, we cannot enjoy, because the other emotions are so influencing on us. So it happened that Paham was very happy, and he was a little bit restless because he has to decide that early morning how to go, from where he should start, how much land he can get. He has got all the plans in his mind. So, and at the late night he dozed off, that means he slept. In the sleep he saw a dream. In the dream he saw the chief of Bashkirs. He was rolling and laughing. He was laughing so boisterously that Paham was getting, in the dream itself, Paham was getting frightened. Why he is so laughing? Then slowly the face of the chief got changed into the face of the dealer who showed the place of Bashkirs. It changed into his face. Now then, and he was also smiling and laughing at Paham. So when Paham was looking at his face, suddenly the face of the dealer has been changed into the face of the messenger peasant who came from Volga, who showed about 125 acres and who showed about rye harvest, changed into that face. Slowly, one by one, from chief to dealer to the messenger peasant, and then the whole face turned into the devil with the hoofs and horns on his head. He was smiling, very chuckling means like smiling, very happily smiling from ear to ear. A smile was there and was very happy. Who was? Devil. So in other words, actually they wanted to show you that these are all the messengers of the devil. Who? Chief, dealer and this peasant. Devil has sent them one by one to exaggerate, or you can say aggravate, the greed of Paham, to increase the greed of Paham. Who has sent all these? Dealer and peasant and chief, the devil. So now the devil has successfully implemented his plan. He was very happy, and in the dream itself he saw a man lying in front of the devil, and completely lying from his face in a prostrate situation. The man was lying in front of the devil was smiling, and in the dream Paham wanted to see the face of the man who was lying at the feet of the devil. When he saw the face, it was himself, and he was dead. In the dream, Paham was died, lying in the feet of the devil, and the devil was smiling. Suddenly, with a shock, he woke up from the dream, and he was very terrified and horrified that why should I got this type of the dream? Now I have to walk to get the land. I have to walk to get such a big land is waiting for me, and instead of getting a proper sleep, why I got such a disturbed sleep, and that too I got such a horrified dream. So he was like, now he has to shed the dream one side, and he has to start going to achieve the land of his dreams according to his own wishes and desires. So he got up, get up and he get ready, and he has taken the breakfast and all. He told the servant, let us start fast, because right now the sun is going to rise. So we have to reach to the place where we have to walk, where I have to walk. That means only Paham has to walk, not the servant. So where I have to walk. So if we start early, we can return to the place at the proper time. He decided, and the day started. He left early to get more land. Okay, next, chief, what happened is that chief stood at a hillock. Hillock means a small hill was there, a small mountain. So the chief stood on the mountain, and he showed the whole land to Paham and said that such a big land it is. Take as much as you can. That means in all the directions, east, west, north, south. Such a big ground is there, and if you want, you can take from this side or that side, this side, whatever side you want, you can go ahead and grab the land as much as you can. And he kept his fur cap. The chief has one fox fur cap on his head. He took out that cap and kept it at the place where Paham has to start the journey of getting the land. he kept the fur cap there and he said, this is the mark. From here you have to start and you have to return to the same place before the sunset. Okay. Paham understood. And what he said is that you have to keep the amount here. How much amount? 1000 rubles. Because in 1000 rubles only he has to walk as much he can. So he kept the money. Paham has kept the money on the cap and he started walking. And first of all he thought, how should I walk? Whether I should walk east, west, north or south. So he thought, no, better I should start walking towards the rising sun side. That means toward the east side I could start walking. Then I'll decide where I have to go. So first he walked slowly. Then he thought that if I walk so much slowly, how can I able to get more land? So he started walking a little bit fast. And before the noon, he has occupied 1000 yards. 1000 yards he has occupied, and there what he did is that before the noon only, he dug a hole and then he put some of the grass over the leaves of the big grass over there to mark, like, I have walked from till here, so this place belongs to me. From one direction to there he went and he placed one of the marking as to show that this is my place. Then obviously he got tired, he was feeling hungry as well because he walked so long, and it is a noon time, that afternoon time. So he took the lunch. He had the lunch with him. He was carrying pieces of bread and some water. He drank. Then he started easily walking. Always, I hope you have also got this idea that whenever after taking the lunch and all, we cannot walk very fast. And after some time we started feeling sleepy because our body also needs rest. So it happens here also that he started walking a little bit slow, but he thought that now I got the strength because he has taken just now the lunch. So again he started walking very fast without thinking that it is going to disturb his stomach and disturb his body. He started walking, but the day was very hot. There is a scorching sun. So because of this scorching sun, he was getting thirsty, and as soon as he is drinking more water, he is feeling thirsty and he is getting tired soon. After 1 hour or 2 hours, he started feeling sleepy. He wanted to sleep because he has walked a long distance. Then he took the lunch, then he drank water, and then he walked. Now again he could not able to walk the way how he was started walking in the morning. So he started feeling sleepy, but he could not sleep. If he sleep here, then how can he turn to the place where he has started? So he walked a long distance, and after walking a long distance, he thought that I have covered this side, that side, I haven't covered this side, so I'll go to the third side. But I'll make it shorter because I have walked long now, so I'll make it shorter. But he didn't leave the place. See this, he didn't leave the place. Anyways he wanted to walk. So he went to the third side but kept a shorter distance. Then from that distance he tried to turn and see the place where he kept the mark, that is the hillock, the mountain was there. He wanted to see the mountain and the cap. He turned towards that and tried to see, but he could not able to see that because it was too far. So he got a feeling of happiness. Yes, I have come such a long distance. Now I have to start my return journey. Otherwise I could not reach by the end of the day, and I will lose money as well as I lose the land. So it's better that I should start my return journey. Now, till this time he was totally exhausted because it's before starting only he has to think that I have to return. So how much the distance I could go, he should have to decide, he should have to measure it out. But his greed does not want to stop, and he walked. Right now at the time of returning, he was feeling like how much distance I have crossed and how could I return to the same place. And he started getting difficulty in walking. He was unable to walk a feet also. He had to drag himself to walk. And before sunset, he has to reach before the sunset. And what happened? He, at the moment, for once, he started regret, feeling bad that why should I came and why should I cross this much distance? I should have walked a little distance so I could have returned in a better way. Now it is difficult for me to walk and I could not still able to see the hillock where I have to return. How could I walk? And then he got one feeling that if I walk in such a way, if I crawl also, maybe I could die. He got the fear of death. And he thought that, yes, because of too tired, he thought that I could die. The land is more, God's land is more. He started thinking in this way. But at what time? At the last moments he started thinking, and he thought, God land is more, it is plenty of land is there of the God, but whether can I live on it? If I could reach to the place also, I could grab this much land also, can I able to live on the land? Can I able to construct my house? Can I able to survive and enjoy the life? If what will happen if I could die? Okay, I'll get the land, but what will happen if I could die? So he thought in that way, but anyways he has the spirit, or still you can say the greediness. He wanted to reach to the same place. Just imagine it out for a moment. If he was thinking so much and if he was getting so much tired, he could have stopped walking. He could have stopped walking. Let it be. Why? Let it be. Let the 1,000 rubles go ahead, go in vain. Let the 1,000 rubles go in vain. Let the this land could not be mine. Let it be. My life is more important. In life, you get certain situations where you have to decide either to choose the money or to choose the other things. Other things, it is not material wealth. Your relations, your family, your many things are there in the life. Your friends. Many things in their life, we cannot measure it out in terms of money. Our happiness lies with this side, not this side. Money is important. I am not denying the importance of money. Money is surely important, but it's not everything. Like, just think for a moment, if Paham would decided that fine, I have done whatever I can do, but right now it's not possible for me. Okay, I'll take the rest. I'll sit here. Let my money, let my land go away. If I'll be alive, I can get another land. I can buy the land. Why should I walk and get the land this much? Next time I'll try and get a small piece of land. Why should I sacrifice my life? He could have thought, but his greed has no limitations. So his greed was actually encouraging him. Few yards you have to walk, then you can reach to the place where you have started. And this much land you have got, and you have walked so much distance, so obviously you can able to reach back also. And he slowly walk over there, and by the place the fur cap was there, by the time he reached over there, he got a cry from his mouth. He uttered a cry, a long, you can say loud cry came out from his mouth when he was reaching that place, and he fallen over there. But he reached the mark. Okay, the chief was surprised to see. He said, what a person he is, how much land he has acquired, how determined person he is, that he has taken such a big land on his name and he has returned on time. So he was very much surprised. The servant was there, whose Paham servant was there, and when he saw his master falling over there with a cry, immediately he ran and he tried to pick him up. When he tried to pick Paham, he saw that the blood was flowing from his mouth. He got so overexhausted, and with the heat and all, he could not able to tolerate, his body could not able to tolerate, and he died. The blood was oozing out from the mouth and he died at the spot from where he started his journey. And what the servant has done? Servant has dug out one 6 feet grave from the head to heels to be put inside the grave. He dug the grave and put the body of Paham inside the grave. What does it mean? How much land does a man need? 6 feet. Only a man needs 6 feet. So that means Paham needs only 6 feet grave for himself. That is enough. Right now, whatever he has earned, the land, the amount he has given, or previous lands, whatever he had, 125 acres, 40 acres, whatever he had, all the lands, is it of any use to him? No, he has lost his life because of the greediness. Devil was the happiest. So there is a message in this lesson. We have to decide our priorities in our life. What is our priority? Either we are giving priority, preference to material wealth or to our relations. Be happy, be contented with whatever you have. No need to desire for more and more and more. Definitely you can do hard work. Definitely try to achieve the better things. Even in the previous lesson we have learned about Saina Nehwal, where aim for the stars. Go ahead, do the wonders in your field. Try to achieve your aim, try to achieve a better future for you. But don't be greedy. Be satisfied with whatever you have. When you have got a selection, when you have got in confusion, in dilemma to decide whether I have to go this side or that side, whether I have to choose the material side or whether I have to go for our relations, better to go for the relations rather than the material wealth, because material wealth is not going to help you out. At the last moment you need your family once again. So the author wanted to show that the greed of the man never ends. The land is enough for everyone's need, but for greed, no land is enough, because man's greed is more. Man's means here human beings. Human beings, it is, Leo Tolstoy has taken only the example of land, but overall in the world you can see everybody is having some or the other greed. Some people have the greed of power, some people have the greed for fame, for name, for reputation, for money, for many of the positions. Or you can say that people have, every person has the greed of some or the other thing. But we have to keep that under limitations, otherwise the life will be lost. The life is more important when compared to the other things. So on this note, I'll end your explanation of the short story, How Much Land Does a Man Need by Leo Tolstoy. Please read it out once and try to grab the whole meaning, understand that with the concentration, read with the concentration, try to understand. And as I said always in the classes, that please write down the summary in your own words. It will be easier for you later on to remember, because once you listen that, then you can read it out, and then the third thing what you are doing is you are writing, so you will never forget the whole story. So I hope you will listen what I said and you will follow my guidelines regarding the reading as well as the writing, and try to understand that one. With that note, I'll end this class today. In the next class, we'll meet with the new prose or poetry. Thank you. Have a nice day.